I don't want to obscure anyone's view of me. Alright, let's give it up for Jose. Jose is like my Mr. Miyagi of stand-up comedy. And I don't call him that because he taught me anything about comedy, or anything about karate for that matter, just because he always is trying to get me to do shitty chores around his house. I gotta tell you, when I first decided to get into comedy, it was always my dream to one day share the stage with the line for the ladies' room. Took a second, but you got it. Alright, as he said, my name's Blodgett. Some of you may know me. And I've been interested in getting into comedy for quite some time. And so, before I got involved with this, I started asking a lot of my friends in the biz, as you say, if you are part of a group that does something that not everyone else in the group does. So yeah, friends in the biz of performing in comedy and stuff. I say, what should I do? How can I prepare for getting up on stage and telling jokes and doing this? And they all told me pretty much the same thing. They said, it's going to be a lot like golf. Yeah, it's funny, right? And I said, guys, I'm sorry, but I have no frame of reference. I don't play golf. Unless you mean mini golf, and then I'm only good at the part where you have to take your putter and pantomime like you're sodomizing your friends. And I don't know how often that is going to come into play at a comedy show. But apparently it works, so I'm going to write that one down. So I tell my friends, we have to find something else. Golf isn't going to work for me. We have to come up with something else that will help me understand what I need to do and how to understand stand-up comedy a little more for my first experiences. And they said, try to think of another example in your life where, is there anything that you've always wanted to try? You've watched other people do it on TV. You imagine you're probably not going to be as good as you think you are. And, you've been waiting for anyone to give you a chance to do it. So, obviously, it's having sex. I'm not nervous about this at all now because that particular experience went off without a hitch. Shit, no nerves now. But the more I thought about it, they were right. And since tonight and my experiences in comedy will likely be exactly like the first time I had the sex, let me tell you, audience, silver foreigners, let me tell you exactly what you can expect tonight. First off, I've heard that if you can't get them to, laugh, then you're not doing it right. And with all the pressure to make you laugh, I'm probably going to end up laughing in my pants as soon as you take your clothes off. And I may be so concerned that you're faking your laugh that I lose my nerve and you have to go make yourself laugh in the bathroom. Thank you. But, because as we decided, tonight will be much similar to that experience, let me tell you something you can expect. While you may walk away disappointed tonight, some of you had sex with me before I could tell. Alright. Shut up, right? There's more shit to say. Alright, 4 or 5 years from now, we'll have a chance encounter at a laundromat, and we'll get to talking, we'll strike up a conversation. You'll tell me about how your most recent boyfriend cheated on you and he's an asshole. And you'll tell me about how you still think about me and you miss me. And I'll tell you about how I still think about you when I chuckle to myself from time to time. And then after, we'll go back to my place. And, we'll get comfortable, we'll get cozy. I'll turn the lights down low, sexy like. And, shit. I'll tell you the joke I learned from my ex's Cosmo. The one that the guys were talking about at Poker Night. And definitely, especially the one I learned from the foreign exchange student. And then in the morning, over a really sexy brunch of Pop-Tarts and Slim Jims, because I keep it classy, you would say to me, all breathless, because we just got done laughing again, you would say, oh my God, Chad Blodgett, I have never completely laughed my ass off like that before in my life. Like I said, I was really nervous about the first time I had sex. And no wonder, there's nothing but misinformation out there about this. Nobody knows, nobody's telling us the right thing when we're kids. So I turned to one person I knew I could trust, and that one was my cousin, the foremost expert on sex subjects. And he says, I said, cuz, what do? I need to learn about sex. I'm nervous, I'm going to do it soon. What do I do? Start watching porno. So, okay, he said, start watching porno. They're like instructional videos for sex. Just watch this. And I said, okay, so I started watching porno like Brady does game film, because I assume Brady watches game film with a notepad and then towels and lotion. Don't judge me because I actually think about that. But, now I don't like to brag, but I have had the sex 4 times now. 4. No, crazy. It wasn't recently or today or anything, but and I have to have a message from my cousin and his theory on pornos being like instructional videos. No, they are fucking not. That is an instructional video as much as NASCAR is a driver's ed class. You do expect to see a porno in real life. It's too fast, you're going to get thrown off the track, and somebody's going to get arrested. Let me also tell you, not only do girls not like to be talked that dirty to, doing it that fast always ends in disaster. Another thing for porno that I learned is not good. It's never okay to do the old change lanes without signaling. And another thing ladies don't like from porno is they absolutely hate it, even if it's by accident, if you laugh in their hair. That'll get you kicked out real quick. But I gotta tell you, so porno has ruined my life. I lost my job as a pizza delivery boy, a plumber, cable repairman, and the coach of the co-ed soccer team. Not only that, but my friends never leave me alone with their hot moms anymore. I don't know why, and never in my life has a bus full of cheerleaders broke down in front of my house. And I was to understand that was a common occurrence. But it's not all bad. Don't let me trash talk porn too much. It's not all bad. I have learned some really great things that help get me through every day. And I can see you sitting here. You're wondering, what is that, Chad Blodgett? Well, I'll tell the audience. First off, I no longer ever look at an Asian woman and wonder whether she's Chinese or Japanese. I fucking know now. And that's not porno. Also, I no longer struggle to spell hard words like amateur or interracial. And I also have learned to be very, very careful and more specific when I try to do an online search for my grandmother's favorite dessert, chocolate cream pie. Like I said, some of you folks know me, some of you don't. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. I, Chad Blodgett, have 3 nipples. Yes, I'm starting with the important shit. And I recently told a friend of mine that, and she said, oh, well, that means you're going to be artistic. And I said, fucking, what does that have to do with it? That's not true, because I can't draw for shit. And she said, no, you think you're acting, you're improv, you're stand-up comedy, that's all art. I said, okay. The 3-nipple club puts me in the ranks of such great artisans as Lily Allen, Zac Efron, and perhaps most notably, Mark Wahlberg. But I guess I just hesitate to use the term artist because, even Superman wasn't really a superhero before he went out and saved somebody. Until he saved somebody, he was just some asshole who couldn't work his drawers right. No, not everyone's a home run, guys. I'm sorry. But it's just so many people just play fast and loose with the word artist. Like if you were to go to Subway sandwich shops, has anybody ever been there? Subway sandwich shops? They call their employees sandwich artists. And this is the biggest, Nismo. It's wrong, sorry. I was using a big word, but then I remember I was in Claremont, none of us are going to understand it anyway. So I use Subway, and if this guy's an artist, he was clearly going through his abstract expressionist period. Okay, abstract expressionism, or his paintings like Jackson Pollock, where it doesn't really make sense. He looks like a mostly common person. See, that joke is funny and I don't understand it. Okay, don't use big words. Alright. Now, take it. Alright, so but here I am bitching about my shitty sandwich, and I feel bad about it because people have, there's so many people out there that have so much worse than I do. Like, I have it pretty good. Like, I don't have it great, but in the worldwide scale of things, I have it good. Like, you could take away you could take away most of my shit, and I would still have it better than most of the people in the world. And then I feel bad about bitching about things like, like I can't get on the internet, my Wi-Fi is down, or I can't talk to my friends tonight, or I have a shitty sandwich at Subway. Because the whole world is bad, and it just made me think, you gotta find a better way to relate to life. And I was talking to a friend he was pouting because he was having a bad day at work, and somebody was getting him in trouble, so he's just like, fuck my life, I hate everything. And I said, well, let me tell you something. There are literally millions of people out there that would give their left ball to trade places with you. Then I thought a minute about it, and actually, there are a bunch of people out there with no balls to give. And this is how I decided to judge if I'm having a bad day or not, and feel free to use this, everyone. You take your hand, shove it down in your pants, feel around for a moment. If you count up 2 balls, it ain't a bad day. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. I want to say thank you very much. When you love me or hated me, you literally got part of my dream coming true. Speaking of my dreams coming true, if you're interested in any of that else come true, meet me after the show. I promise not to laugh at your hair.